In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a tenant with two servers, a lobby server and an arena server for creating and destroying match instances. It's important to note that this is only using Nexori and that I am using version 2.1.0. I start by opening the admin menu with the command/Nexori menu. What I'm going to do here is add the two connection addresses of the two servers. Now I'm going to run the bootstrap code, which collects the public keys from the servers we added, creates a copy, and distributes them to each server. This way, each server can check messages from other servers and know if the content of each trip has been altered. Here I am testing that everything went well and if I can travel to the other server using Nexori. Now I'm going to start placing the Nexori portals and configuring them to make the first minigame, Sky Wars. I'm going to call it Join Sky Wars since this is going to be the portal that will put us in the queue for that minigame. Now I'm going to place another portal, which will be the one that gets us out of the Sky Wars queue. I'm going to call it Leave Sky Wars. Now that both portals have been created, we can begin configuring them. But before that, let's configure a few other things first. Here, as you can see, I'm going to set the server and world I'm in as the official lobby. You'll see the loading screen because we're actually traveling between all the servers in our tenant, telling the other servers which world and lobby server we're in. This is important because doing this prevents other servers from allowing us to create queues on a server other than the lobby server. This is because the queue orchestrator resides on a single server, and Nexori is designed to have only one lobby. Now I'm going to create the Sky Wars game. Creating a game basically means choosing the server where it will be played, choosing the world instance that will be created in each game, and the return logic. The return logic is basically the game rule engine. These are the rules that decide when a user wins or loses. Here I chose Last Player Alive, which is a game rule engine that Nexori already has built in. It simply sends those who die back to the lobby as if they lost, and the last one alive wins. The other option is manual. We'll look at that later. Here we're going to create the queue that will launch players into the game we just created. We simply specify a minimum and maximum number of users needed to launch the minigame, choose the Nexori game, and that's it. Now we're going to connect the two portals we already placed. We go to the Portals view, to the Travel tab, and in Table A we select the Join Sky Wars portal, and in Table B we select the Leave Sky Wars portal, and then we press the button that connects both portals in both directions. Now we're going to configure where the players will spawn in the world we've chosen for the Sky Wars game. The minigame spawns need to be set up in a very specific way. First of all, we need to travel to the server where this minigame we're creating will be played. Right now, I already have a permanent world on the arena server, which is the one I use to edit and then add as assets in the Nexori mod. I'm going to travel to that world and there I'll explain what to do. Once we're in our world, we'll start by placing ourselves in the locations where we want the spawn points to be for the players of the minigame we're creating. Next, we'll go to the Nexori menu, to the Minigames view, to the Spawns tab, and select the instance we're currently using. This ensures that whenever a minigame uses this instance, that specific instance will always have the same spawn points we're about to set. This means that if we create two minigames using the same world instance, both will have the same spawn points for the players who join. Here we already created a spawn for this instance, and as you can see the coordinates that were saved are exactly the same as the position I am in. Now I'm going to repeat this step a total of 8 times, once for each island. Once that's done, we can finish configuring the portals in the server lobby. Let's return to the lobby. Now we're simply going to assign each portal its function. The Join Skywars portal should add me to the Skywars queue when I cross it, and the Leave Skywars portal should remove me from the queue when I cross it. To do that, I go to the Portals view, to the Portals queue tab, and in the Portals table I select the Join Skywars portal. Then, in the Queues table, I select the Skywars queue and press the Attach Queue button. It's that simple. Now I do the same with the other portal, but instead of assigning a queue, I just select the portal and press the Make Leave Queue button. I'm going to demonstrate here what happens first if we don't assign it. I simply move between both portals without leaving the queue. After assigning it, my character leaves the queue. It's that simple. Now we have the entire flow set up. Now I'm just going to edit the Skywars queue so it sends me to the minigame with only one player in the queue to demonstrate that everything is configured. Now, when I get to the minigame, you'll see that it automatically sends me back to the lobby. This happens because I'm the only one playing, and the current rule for player return is that you either die or you're the last one standing. And since I'm the only player, it automatically sends me back to the lobby. Now I'm going to repeat the same steps I used to create Skywars, but this time to set up another minigame called Capture the Zone. This minigame is a completely separate mod from Nexori. It's an example to show you that Nexori is designed so you only have to create your own minigames, while Nexori handles player movement and the logic of the lobby and queues. The steps are exactly the same. Create a game, select its server, the world instance to use, and select the return trigger. The only difference is that now we choose manual. This means that Nexori doesn't handle any of the minigame logic, such as deciding when a player wins or loses, or what effects are applied to the map or the player, for example. In this case, since I'll be reusing the Skywars map, I won't have to repeat the step of setting the instance spawns because the spawns are per instance, and whenever you reuse an instance for a minigame, the spawns you previously set are also reused. The code for this minigame mod is public and can be found in the description of this video and in the CurseForge description of the Nexori mod. I will also be adding it as a mod to CurseForge later if you want to download it. This minigame is simple. It's about capturing the middle zone. Whoever manages to stay in that zone for 1 minute wins. Now, to make it clearer, in this minigame you can die and respawn on your island, and your respawn time is increased by 3 seconds each time you die. When you kill someone, 3 seconds are subtracted from your respawn time. With this, you can see that Nexori's built-in logic doesn't conflict with the game rule engine logic of the demo mod. You're not limited to making just one minigame mod. You can make as many as you want and use the Nexori API to communicate when the player wins or loses. In this case, this demo mod doesn't send players back to the lobby when they die, but rather when someone holds the middle position for more than a minute. That person is sent back as the winner, and everyone else loses. This way, you can create any kind of minigame, like the Hunger Games, Bed Wars, Bridge Wars, and so on. Now I'm going to demonstrate another interesting feature of Nexori, which is protecting servers you don't want players to connect to directly. For example, the server where we set up all the minigame match instances. Now I'm going to connect to that server manually. Remember, even though you see me on the Skywars map, this isn't an instance world. This is a permanent world. The other worlds you saw when I entered the minigames are instances, and they're copies of this world that are created when a match is created and destroyed when it ends. Now we're going to the Access Gate view and go to the Manual Connection tab. Here, we'll simply toggle the Redirect Direct Joins button and select a server from the Trusted Servers table. This will ensure that every time I connect directly to this server, I'm redirected to the lobby server. As you can see, if players obtain the IP addresses of the other servers, we can now make it so that if they connect manually, it redirects them to the server lobby. But this doesn't make it impossible for us admins to travel to that server. Using the Nexori menu, we can still travel to that server without being redirected back to the lobby. So, That was the tutorial on how to set up your own servers to have your own lobby and minigames. If you have any further questions about the mod, remember that the Nexori code is available source and you can find it in the description of this video. You can also join the Nexori Discord server to ask me questions directly or to help with bug fixes, provide feedback, and continue improving Nexori so it becomes the top choice for content creators who build and monetize server communities. Help me reach a wider audience by downloading the mod for CurseForge and leaving your honest feedback on what you think of it. Thank you so much if you've made it this far in the video. Goodbye.